Okay, so we are talking about the volatile variable here, and this is basically here in this case we are sharing the variable between the multiple thread. So we have a suppose, let's say, counter variable, and just assume that this counter variable we are sharing between the multiple thread, and we don't want to use any synchronized block here, okay? Because you know the synchronized block means there might be the multiple statement, and the synchronized block it provides the lock, it lock the entire statement actually. So this might be the performance issue, okay? So instead of using, if it is talk if it is about the only single variable, so and that single variable if we want to share between the multiple thread, so yes, so you know that thread, each and every thread will have its own copy, cache copy. So there might be the cache issue. So if suppose cache issue means cache memory issue means, like, let's say one thread has incremented the value, has changed the value of counter, and that change happen only in the cache, okay? But the other threads, remaining thread, they are not aware about these changes, these latest changes of the counter variable. So this might be the issue of inconsistency of counter variable value, okay? Inconsistency of data, okay, between the multiple thread. So how we can avoid this? Of course, make it the volatile variable as a counter, as a volatile variable. And also we are using the static memory. Why we are using? Because static memory, is the, you can say, class memory. So the all object of that class, they can share this static memory. So this memory will be the same for all object of that class, okay? So all object of the class will be sharing the same memory, okay, of this counter. And if this is it, if it is the volatile, so of course this volatile, it ensures that the changes made by one thread to share the data are visible to other threads. So if any changes happen here by one thread, that will be visible to all other threads, okay? So basically you can say the read and write operations, you know reading and writing directly happening from main memory. There won't be any cache memory in between, remember. In case of volatile variable, when you perform the read or write operations, if one thread is performing reading and writing, so directly happen from the main memory. So if anything change by one thread for the counter variable, this will be visible to all thread, okay? So this is I wanted to tell you. So yes, we don't need to use here synchronized block. Without synchronized block, we are able to share this counter variable, and we are able to achieve the consistency of data between the multiple thread. Thank you guys, thank you so much.